There's many different approaches of how to treat a person that is experiencing symptoms associated to autism spectrum disorder. But my approach is very much based on a program that I've developed that's called the Body Life Skills Program. And the Body Life Skills Program is basically saying that a person's behaviour exists, or any person's unwanted behaviour occurs when they're presented with an aspect of life that they don't yet perceive they've got the skills to deal with. So the way in which I'm working with, whether it's a person with autism spectrum disorder or not, is to me always exactly the same. It's about saying, if a person's anxiety levels have increased, their anxiety levels have increased because there's a part of life they don't yet perceive they've got the skills to deal with. So I then become the detective and go, well, I wonder what the part of life is that that person does not yet perceive they've got the skills to deal with. So I'm often known as the I wonder why lady, and I've always said it's my all-time favourite question. So as soon as a person's behaviour has changed in any way that's gone away from their innate state of being of what I call code blue or free of anxiety, when that behaviour has changed, I just simply say, I wonder why. I wonder what part of life that person does not yet perceive they have the required skills to respond to. And once we're able to identify that aspect of life that falls within this massive classroom of life, I then go, okay, well, what skills are needed so that they then perceive they are going to feel equipped to deal with that aspect of life. And the word perception's important here, because my approach is, it's not if a person does or does not have the skills, because that to me doesn't come into the equation. It's whether that person perceives they do or do not have the skills. Because it doesn't matter if it's a reality, because there's been so many times people come to me and go, but they do have the skills to deal with that. I go, sure, that might be the case. They do have the skills, but for whatever reason at that given moment they did not yet feel like they had the skills, they did not yet perceive they had the skills. So that a perception is a person's reality at that given moment. Whether it's a truth or not doesn't come into the equation. It is their reality at that point. So my approach is supporting not just the client but all else within their environment, whether it be parents, whether it be other family members, whether it be school, work colleagues, friends. To me, when one person has an autism spectrum disorder, it affects the whole community, and that therefore involves educating the whole community of how do we support that community to be the I wonder whys and to be the classroom or the teacher in that classroom of life. How do we consistently teach everybody to self-master the next part of life that that person currently did not perceive they were equipped to deal with?